is don't stop dating. You have to keep the romance alive. You keep trying to impress them, keep trying to do something cool. The other thing is both partners, it can't be lopsided, but if both partners will help the other one show up in the biggest way that they want to show up, right? Because she started out as a stay-at-home mom. That's what she wanted. When our kids started charter school, where it was a dual language charter school, she decided she better learn Spanish so she could help the kids with their homework. She started to study Spanish. I didn't. She started doing, I'm over here working away. She starts doing that. And it was like this whole other part of her emerged, and it was so sexy and so intelligent and so fabulous, you know? And then on our 25th anniversary, I think we're on a cruise. And I said, so the last one's in high school now. What do you want to do now that you're getting toward the end of this life's work that was so important to you? And she said, and Holly, you'll appreciate this. She said, well, I think I want to be a life coach, but I don't really know what that means. And she went out and studied and figured it out and came up with her own life's experience into the curriculum. Now she calls herself an executive coach. She's got unbelievable clients. She's got all these PhDs, all these psychiatrists that are her clients. She's got Trump's ex-wife as her client. You know, she got clients all over the world. She makes a small fortune as a coach. She's a painter. She's doing another book right now.
Like you said, it takes two.
She just keeps showing up. Yeah. And she's this different girl than the one I married.
Yeah. And see, that's what happens. Yeah. In my marriage, I've been married twice, both kind of different stories, but my second husband, you know, a couple years into the marriage, I wanted to try acting again. I wanted to bring up my creative side. My kids were older. They didn't need me so much, but that scared the hell out of him. He did not want me to change. He was terrified. And that ultimately destroyed our marriage because I wasn't willing to not be who I was and explore all those new areas of my life. And I needed to be, and I need to be with somebody who can support that. So yeah, there you were.
People get afraid of change because they wonder what it means to them instead of what it means to the partner.
Exactly. Yeah,
and
that's what happens.
If you live in a scarcity zone, you will always be afraid. You will live that life of quiet desperation. It's when you realize, hey, I mean, I hope that your evolution will be a great thing for our relationship. And if it's not, why would I want to hobble your progress for my convenience or for my lack of interest in change?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I hope that I'm always somebody that she finds interesting because she's super interesting. And, you know, I believe at this point, I can't foresee a way for this to ever slip away. But what is the, I'm a music guy. I did a lot of professional music stuff when I was younger. So I do a lot of music wherever, but that song, The Dance, you know, I might have missed the pain, but I would have missed the dance.
So Aaron, respecting your time to...
No, you mean respecting your time, Alan.
No, hey, this is my play day.
This was dropping off my truck to get some work on it, and this interview were the only thing I had to do today.
Oh, nice.
For fitting us in.
Yes, thanks for fitting us in.
Truck repair and goats.
Yeah, we are. Who do you think needs to hear this interview?
Oh, I wouldn't presume to say. I mean, I hope the right people hear it. I hope people tune in and
absolutely
listen for if there was anything useful that was said to somebody. It doesn't, you know, it's, I don't know. I don't know. I always feel like in any of these interviews, and I go off on lots of different tangents. This was a little bit more intimate, but here's what I know. Well, the first time I was asked to tell the jail story, the prison story on stage, I was sure that was the end of my speaking career. I thought, I'm going to do this, and then that'll be it. This will be the last time. Everybody that I ever had me speak always knew, I always was very forthright with them. I didn't want to do anything to hurt their brand, but I was positive, you know, it was going to end my career. And I got up on that stage. It was in Palm Springs, or 500 or 600 people in the audience. And I gave the talk, and I talked about being in prison. And at the end, we got this big standing ovation at the end, which I didn't expect. I really wondered if I was going to have to sneak out the back door. Even though my prison thing was not like I did something bad. It was, I got sucked into a conspiracy charge over something one of our clients had done that I didn't even know had. The government said they knew I didn't know, but I'd still materially assisted in forming entities for them. So my business partner and I both got shipped off to prison for 1.5 years. And it never freeze an account, no restitution, no fines, no nothing, just time. And over $2 million in legal fees, but the government didn't want any of the money, just the lawyers. Here's the point. I told that story that day on the stage, that night on the stage. And I was worried about what it was going to mean to me. And all these people came up and surrounded me afterwards. Usually a dozen people will sort of, you know, huddle around. This time it might've been 100 people. It was insane. And people would grab my hand and would pull me in real close. They didn't want to say that, and they'd almost like whisper in my ear, I did 8 years, or my child just died, or I have cancer. And they hit me. Telling the story shouldn't be about me. What all of a sudden, here was a guy who'd been in prison who is now up on stage at some event they'd paid to attend, right? How did he get there? How did he go through that and end up on the stage? Well, if he can do it, maybe I can get through my thing too. Mm-hmm. And I've now told that story, I don't know, 100 times, maybe more, all over the world. And every time, 100% of the time, people come up and whisper in my ear and tell me what they're going through. And I've come to understand all we can do is just tell our stories. And hopefully people hear it and somebody goes, that gives me a little hope. Or that gives me a new idea that I hadn't thought of myself. And I don't really try anymore to figure out what I'm trying to get out of this stuff. People ask me a question, I try to answer it as forthrightly as I can and as transparently as I can, because somebody is going through something equal to or greater than I did. And if my experience can give them a way to avoid a couple of the potholes, then that's good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's, I don't really want, you know, I didn't say, where can we send people to my website or join my program? The right people hear stuff. People will seek me out afterward if they have any interest in me. And if they don't, it's okay. I have lots of clients. I'm beyond needing, anyway, I'm just not in the place anymore where I need to fill my pipeline, you know, my program or whatever.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
We should wrap this up. But what would you like us to share about you when we release this interview, in terms of website, email, program? What would you like us to share?
All the stuff we just talked about. I guess there are three destinations that may be of interest, and you can look at them and decide what you would want to do. One is LaughlinUSA.com. LaughlinUSA.com is, if anybody's trying to set up a business or get there's so much, good stuff right there. I know you're recording, but hold on.
I'm writing this down.
Let me call you in 5 minutes. Okay, bye. If we'd been doing the main interview, I wouldn't have done that, but but that's somebody I need to talk to. Laughlin USA, if you go onto Facebook, Laughlin Thrive group, it's a free group that we're just dumping tons of content in right now to help people through the COVID-19 readjustments, reset. It's been a very productive group.
Okay.
And then if you want to send them to Aaron Scott Young, there's tons of stuff on there too.
.com.
Yeah, .com. AaronScottYoung.com. I don't have anything I'm specifically trying to get people to pay attention to. But amongst those things, there may be some things that will serve them. And you know, like Unshackled Owner, I don't even really market it. We've had hundreds of companies go through it, but I don't really have there's one little place on the Aaron Scott Young, if they search for it, they can find the Unshackled Owner, but it's not blatant. So.
Right. Well, if we will get you and or your assistant Kelly the raw file for the main interview. If that's something that you want to throw up on Thrive, like Holly and I will talk about more, but I'm sure that we would love that if you wanted to.
Well, do this when you've got it all cut and done. Just send us a link, and I'll promote that I was on there, and I'll post it on all my social stuff, and yeah, I would love to do that.
Awesome. And then I think it was a brilliant share.
And as you guys is this early? Are you developing this show right now?
This is totally
early, yeah.
New concept. First interview.
Right. So what?
First interview.
First interview?
Yeah. Yeah. Congratulations.
I'm the maiden voyage?
You're a beta.
Yes. Wow. I'm either
how did we do?
Like there wasn't a lot to lose, or what a huge compliment. I'm just going to take it as a compliment.
It is a compliment. When someone like you answers back, happy birthday, and by the way, a few minutes later, I'd love to do an interview of you sometime. It was a foreign concept to me, Aaron. I had just not even met Holly, I don't think. It was just in my mind that I pictured, I want to interview this guy for something that's going to be meaningful down the road. Well,
thank you guys. And if you ever do want to come back around and talk about relationships or talk about prison or talk, overcoming like something you think will kill you, I would love to have that conversation. Wow. I don't want to, even John Lee Dumas has spaced me out a few hundred episodes in between each one, every time he's had me on. So,
no, those are the kind of conversations we're definitely looking to have. So,
yep. But you guys let me know if I can be of any value to what you're working on here. And I'm absolutely tickled pink and honored that you would have invited me to be your first guest. That's so cool.
Well, we want to start at the top.
As you guys figure out exactly what you want, I know a ton of people. And so I'm happy to make introductions for guests.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
As soon as you say, here, do you know anybody who could talk about this sort of a thing? I can do that. And can I tell you, Holly, you appear to be younger than me. I'm 56. So you look quite a bit younger. But when I was a boy, there was a television show called The Waltons.
I used to watch The Waltons when I was tiny.
Reruns, probably, yeah. Aaron.
You remember it, Alan? You guys are younger
of course.
Than me.
John Boy Walton.
John Boy. Well, but the one I had a little crush on was Erin Walton. And she was the second oldest sister. Mary Ellen was the oldest, and then Erin. So I'm speaking at a conference, I don't know, 6-7 years ago. And I wasn't giving the talk at the moment. I was sitting in the back of the room against the wall. I don't know how many, 300-400 people were in the room. I'm sitting there and near the door, because that's where most speakers go, because they're going in and out all the time. And here comes this woman walking up the aisle, and she walks by me, And I thought, are you freaking kidding me? So I follow this woman out the door of the hotel, right? Hotel room. And she goes in the bathroom. I'm like, I'm not going to go there. So I kind of came back and was trying to be sort of nonchalant out in the lobby waiting.
Yeah, good thing you didn't go to the bathroom.
Wait by the door. Excuse me.
Security.
Found yourself in jail again.
But I said, she comes walking up and she meets my eye. She goes, oh, hi, you're speaking, right? I said, yeah. I said, can I ask you a question? She goes, yeah. I said, were you Aaron Walton on TV? And she said, yeah, I was. I played that for like 14 seasons or something. And I said, oh my gosh, I thought so. I loved the show. We're probably about the same age. I just grew up watching you grow up on TV. How cool is it to meet you? My name's Aaron Young. And she said, oh, hi, I'm Aaron McDonough, you know, or not Aaron McDonough. Mary McDonough. And we started this great conversation. And I said, so what do you do now? And she goes, yeah, I did TV, you know, I did Love Boat and Fantasy Island, all that stuff for a while. And I did a few things. And then I kind of moved behind the camera and made a bunch of documentaries. But I found that she said, I got lupus. I got diagnosed with lupus. And there were so many people who didn't, you know, there's so little known about lupus. And so I started coaching people, and I've now just completely given up Hollywood, and I'm a full-time kind of life coach around medical issues and health issues. And she said, it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done in my life. And so I thought of you, Holly, as you said, you know, you wanted to go back to acting, but you're a coach and you're kind of, you got your foot in both worlds, you know, a foot in each world. And I just thought it's amazing. We have these artistic expressions. Like I said, I did a lot of music, and got paid a lot of times I toured all over North and South, or North America and Canada. And I had great experiences in music. But I don't know, but it was a hard life. It's kind of it's a tough life. You know, you travel a lot, you're up at night, you're away from people.
It's kind of,
and I'm just thinking,
random.
explore all your passions and all your interests, but it's interesting where we come back to center and find the real pleasure and real joy. Anyway, enough of my pontification.
Great insights there, Aaron. And we will take you up on some future thing. But this
or just introductions. I'm happy to help.
Yeah. Well, you're so gracious, Aaron. And like I said, my gut feeling was not wrong in saying I need to reconnect with this guy. We'll start off with happy birthday. How about that?
Super, super nice. I'm so glad you did. And I'm not joking when I say I'm honored that you guys would want to have me on. So thanks.
Well, we're very honored to have you on, and it's not by accident. So great way to start. Great way to be encouraged by you. Thank you.
You're welcome.